I'm Eric,
And I'm Aaron.
and this is the new norm. Hey everyone, I'm here with Aaron again today. We are talking about filling our cups. Specifically, we're talking about the problem that Aaron and I have had is being cooped up, like many of you, in our houses each and every day with nowhere to go. So, Aaron, talk to us a little bit about some of the challenges that you've run into being cooped up at the house.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just me in the house. It's myself, it's my wife. She also works full time, my 6 year old daughter. And we're all used to being sort of apart during the day. Now all of a sudden we're together. And we're just limited in what we can do. Going to the park, going to the coffee shop, going out for a drink with a friend at the end of the day. Like all of these things have kind of been taken away from us. So we find ourselves feeling a little bit trapped in the house sometimes.
Yeah, so much the same. Our situation's a little different. I've got a number more kids, but I found the same. So, having worked from home for almost 8 years now, I find myself with sort of a history of I'd get up and I'd go to a coffee shop, I'd get up and I'd go to the gym every morning. And of course, all of those things are closed or inaccessible. So, being cooped up at the house for 8, 10, 12 hours a day and then wrapping up a work day to then do dinner and bedtime and all that's been a big challenge. So in an effort to fill your cup, Aaron, what's like one thing that you've done to bring peace to your life?
Yeah, it's funny. It was a very unlikely thing. It's something I picked up a few years ago when I started working in startups and I found myself needing to unplug from things. Baking bread. I found that baking bread is honestly one of the most easy and meditative things that I can do in a week to kind of give myself an excuse to focus on something that doesn't require any big problem solving. All the problems with baking bread were solved like 2, 3, 400 years ago, thousands of years ago in some cases. And out of the end of it comes this really delicious product that you've made yourself. That's a little bit healthier than a lot of times what you can get in the store. So it's great for your family and you feel good about eating it. And it's kind of nourishing. It's kind of the old, when you chop your own wood, it warms you twice, that sort of thing. How about you, Eric?
I think the biggest challenge that I've had thus far is in not being able to get out of the house is I'm not getting that exercise. I was a guy that worked out 5, sometimes 6 days a week. And yesterday, after now being cooped up almost 2 weeks, I kind of hit a wall. I had an hour between meetings, and I decided that yesterday was going to be the first day that I got out. I'm not a runner. Historically speaking, I've not been one to get out and go for a jog. I looked at my 10-year-old. I said, "Hey, put on your rollerblades and let's go." I was only gone for about 20, maybe 25 minutes, but there was something so incredibly refreshing about getting out of the house, like you, not thinking about work, not having to solve problems, getting fresh air, seeing other neighbors out and about. It was really rewarding. So for me, I think just putting everything down and walking away in the middle of the day for a period of time was great. So, if you were going to share your baking bread, how could you share that with everybody watching?
I do have one recipe. It was one of the first recipes I learned to make. It's for sort of a white country French bread. It takes about 6 hours, beginning
Wow.
to end, but there's only about 20 minutes of work in that 6 hours. It's a lot of doing something and then just making sure that you know when to do the next thing. So it's great for a day when you're home, you're working, but you want a reason to step away and go do something from time to time. I'll post a link to the recipe in the description of this video, and make sure that anybody who wants that has access to it. It's a pretty easy one, and I found it's a real crowd pleaser.
Awesome. I think for me, in terms of sharing something, my goal in going out yesterday and then now subsequent days is to just improve my time or improve my distance each and every day. For me, I track that via Apple Watch. I know there's a lot of watch devices nowadays. So my suggestion would just be find someone to compete with in any part of the world. There's a lot of apps that you can use to connect with other folks. And again, just try and improve each and every day. So Aaron, that was great feedback. For those of you watching, thank you for watching. Again, hit the like button. More importantly, comment below. Share this information. We'd love for feedback on future shows of things that you have questions about. We are going to have some guests in the coming weeks. So if you have an idea, please mention it below. In the meantime, I'm Eric.
And I'm Aaron.
And this is The New Norm.